Well, good morning. Welcome to SUNUP. We spend a lot of time on this program talking about research and extension, but while budgets in the state are shrinking, the problems producers face are doing anything but. So here to talk about a new way of doing some research is Chad Godsey. Chad, tell us about the Partners in Research program.
Okay. Well, it was initiated probably 2 to 3 years ago. Several of us at OSU and the extension side of things really felt the need that we needed to increase the cooperation between producers and also industry in the state. You know, we're all in this together from the crop production standpoint.
Right.
And we felt like there was maybe a disconnect between the three, and we thought, you know, together we can get a lot more done with less funds.
How does the program actually work? Say a producer has a problem in their field, what happens from there?
Okay, well, we basically want this to be a producer-driven research question. So we want the producers to come up with their own questions, whether it be plant population, herbicides they use, fertility rates they use. We want it to be a question that they have on their own farm.
Okay.
And then we basically, they contact, you know, a county educator or a state specialist, area specialist with that question, and we basically help them design a protocol that they can follow, and we'll help them as much as needed, but we want it to be an interest to them.
So you're going to help them really with the scientific process, make sure that what they're doing there has a real value for you.
Great, yes, excellent point.
Okay.
We have the, you know, they have their expertise of growing the crops
Right.
on their farm, on their soil.
Absolutely.
Industry, you know, may supply products or something like that, and we have the scientific expertise.
Okay. So then they go through the project, they go through the trials as you set it up, and what happens from there?
Basically, ideally, you know, if they need help with harvest, we would help them with harvest, or they send us the yield data, we analyze it for them, and then get back with them and go over the results with them.
All right, and that's something you're looking. It's not just help a specific producer. You can take that data and extrapolate it out, I guess, for the state, right?
Yes, we can. You know, and historically, our recommendations, whether they've been fertility recommendations or plant population recommendations, those are based on small plot research from several areas of the state and basically extrapolated, you know, for the entire state or region.
Right.
So actually, with this approach, you know, we can get site-specific recommendations, things recommendations that farmer can use, and his neighbors, for that fact, can use in that area for his soil type. So actually, we have the potential to be a lot more specific in some of our recommendations.
So you can really hit exactly what he needs, but then also use that data in maybe conjunction with other research trials and other farmers and really get some good statewide recommendations.
Exactly. And ideally, I mean, in a perfect world situation, say it's plant population in soybeans. We would want, you know, if producer A has certain plant populations he wants to look at, if we can get 2 or 3 or 4 of his neighbors interested in that same thing, that is a great set of data to base recommendations off of.
It really takes the classic model of the university approaching the farmer and puts that on his head and says, now we want the farmer to come up with the idea and come to us, and then we'll provide the background support that he needs. And while at first blush you're like, well, why should the farmer be doing that? The university's the one with all the experience. Well, in reality, from a practical farming standpoint, the farmers are the ones with the most experience. So the idea of bringing the farmer in and making them an integral part of the research is what attracted me to it.
Brent Rendell has run several tests with the Partners in Research program and is currently evaluating sunflowers as a primary crop in northeast Oklahoma.
The Partners in Research program will give you exactly what you're willing to give it. You can't just come up with an idea and then expect OSU to come in and take over for you. That's not the way the system is set up. It's really a support system. So if you want to answer a question, they'll help set up the protocol for it. They'll provide equipment if they have it available. And they'll provide their brain power, which is the most valuable asset that they've got available. But the farmer himself is going to have to invest their own time and some of their own money into answering the questions too. But from what I found out with my exposure is that it will more than pay for anything you put into it.
And I guess one of the payoffs in it is that you've done the research. I mean, you know, this isn't just somebody handing you a sheet saying this is what we believe. It happened right here in your field.
Right. The drawback to the Partners in Research program is it's not university replicated, rigorous trials. The overwhelming advantage, though, is it's research done on my farm, in my fields, in my environment, that I know what happened and how those results developed. And there's never a project that goes exactly like I intended it to go, but I always take away more from it than what I thought I'd get out of it.
We've been very fortunate. The Oklahoma Soybean Board has supported this Partners in Research concept, and they've been very supportive the first couple years. We've been able to get some funds to, basically we've funneled those back into, or given those back to producers for products and to cover some of their costs. Also, the Soybean Board has provided a weigh wagon for us to use to help with harvest of some of these trials we've had out. So it has been focused on soybeans the first couple years, but really, you know, we're open to anything.
All right. Now, I guess you've been doing this for a little while now. You've seen a few of these go through. How does this fold into what we normally do with research and extension? Do you see this as part of the future?
I do. I think, you know, as technology, as ag technology is adapted more, say yield monitors, variable rate seeding with planters,
right?
It's becoming more and more easy. On-farm research is becoming a lot more easy than...
the technology on the farm is starting to catch up to what you've had in research for a long time.
It is. Yeah, exactly. And there's always, you know, producers always like to see field scale or large scale research as opposed to small plot research.
Right.
You know, it's just they can connect easier with the field scale research, and I think, you know, to be honest with you, they believe the results from a large scale trial as opposed to a small plot.
All right. Well, it's very interesting. Thanks for letting us know this morning, and you'll keep us involved in what goes on in the future.
Yep, exactly.
All right. Thank you much.
Thank you.